Good evening and welcome to Africa's Vision Network. Africa's Vision Network features cultural awareness, education, economic empowerment, religion, spirituality, and other issues focusing on the African world. I am your host, Princess Ayo. Our program this evening will focus on our own executive producer and the founder of this show, Africa's Vision Network, Mr. Goyimwole Kpodo. And I'm so excited. You all cannot imagine. I'm trying to read this with a straight face, but I'm so excited. This man started this show so many years ago. But anyway, let me go back to my script. In 1997, he returned to his native country of Ghana, left us, just went away, walked away. We miss you. And Mr. Kpodo was born in Volta region of Ghana. He is a member of the Ewe group that occupies southeastern Ghana and the southern parts of neighboring Togo and Benin. He lived in the United States for 19 years, so you tried, where he received his postgraduate degree in Washington State. He also pursued further study in the field of paralegal. He worked for Madison Hotel Corporation and was relocated to Alexandria, Virginia. He has managed many hotels in the United States. Being a Pan-Africanist and a visionary, he started an organization called Voice of United Africa, a charitable nonprofit community organization. And out of that organization, he started this show, Africa's Vision Network, in 1992. He set up a Pan-African magazine, Voice for Unity. He worked tirelessly for the uniting of people of African descent and to ensure their history is told to others. He is the executive director of the School of Hotel, Restaurant, and Tourism Management and is the executive director for Sena World Beach Resort in Accra, Ghana. He has two daughters, Sena, who we've had on our show before. Sena means God's gift. And he just had a little girl. She's 5 months old. Her name is Tornyeli, and she's adorable. Of course, she's excited. And in between those two girls is a little boy. His name is Mahu Kwenya, and it means only God knows. I love it. He is married to the beautiful, you will see her picture, Enyenyam, and resides near the ocean, not far from Accra. Oceanfront. Okay. He left us and went to oceanfront property. Okay. Our producer has known Mr. Kpodo. That's our producer that we have now, Miss Gloria Fleming, who you've all heard us talk about. She met Mr. Kpodo meeting in Ghana at the Marcus Garvey Day at the W.E.B. Du Bois Center in Accra, Ghana in 1993. I met him in 1997 in Staples in Arlington, Virginia. All I wanted to do was come on and talk about my storytelling. But no, here I am again now, 13 years later. Still sitting in this chair, but thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm glad I didn't run away. We are so happy to have you with us this evening. We are so thrilled. I mean, people have come from the past, hey, Miss Hazelball, to come and see. Our producer has come back. You know, as a leader, before I get to all Gloria's questions, and she's cringing now, but you know, when you start something exciting like this and you do this great work and you do it for so long, how do you get up and just say, you know, I'm going to let that part of my life go and I'm going to walk away?
First of all, let me thank you all for the great work that you guys have been doing over the years.
Thank you.
I think this show, for instance, I am really humbled. I wasn't actually expecting something of this nature, but then I think with God's guidance, you guys have been able to pull it this far.
Amen.
Coming back to your question, how do I just get up and go? I think I just have a strong belief that we are all here for a purpose. And God has given each and every one of us a timetable to follow. And when that call comes in, no matter what you are doing, in order to attain that goal, you must follow the call. And this is the reason why.
Wow. You know, it's so encouraging for me because so many leaders start something and they never want to leave. And it's time to go. It's time to move on. And they're not only hurting the people that are left, even though everybody would say, no, we needed you to stay. We grew, of course, because you left, and then you went on and did other things and grew. And so many leaders, and I have to say for myself, some organizations that I started, I left, and people wondered how could I. But it's an encouragement to me for you to say, the call comes, and you've got to go, so you can go on to greater things. That's exciting, exciting. You're an example to other African leaders, I must say, who need to follow that example of getting up and leaving. Now, we're going to get to, when I first read this script, I haven't heard this word in so long, Pan-Africanism. And the producer wanted you to talk about how you became interested in Pan-Africanism. And so I want you just to, for a quick moment, define it, if you could, for people, and especially our young people that are watching. They've never really heard that word, because we, unfortunately, their parents aren't using that word anymore. And tell us how you became interested in that.
If I can give my own definition to Pan-Africanism.
Sure.
I would simply say that Pan-Africanism simply means that one that has a love for one's people, like an African, that we need to come together as African people, as one people, to do things together, to build ourselves up, rather than looking to others to help us in whatever we need to do. Mm-hmm. So Pan-Africanism, to me, based on what I want to do in life, is a bedrock, that together we can do it as African people. It's about time that we start saying we rather than I. Mm-hmm. And if we cannot do that, then we are lost forever. God has given so much to Africa, yes, but because we are all being fragmented and not knowing what we are doing here and there, the others are taking advantage of it. That's why people like Kwame Nkrumah and others, W.B. Du Bois, Marcus Garvey, and others who were the forerunners, their time has come and gone. Now we are here. What are we doing to actually carry that torch? We must come together and do something so that tomorrow the young generation can follow through. So that's what the meaning that I would give to Pan-Africanism.
Great. When did you first start thinking this way?
Before I came to the United States, let me say I had no idea that I was coming here. But I read selfishly about our forerunner, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. I had never had the chance of meeting him because I was just very little. But I read selfishly about him. So I told my brothers that whether money or no money, I needed to go out to where Kwame Nkrumah was to study, and I'll come home and do whatever I can do to help my people. That was when it began.
Wow. Exciting. What do you think, and I know the word diaspora is here for me to say, what can people in the diaspora do to improve the conditions in Africa? But I'm thinking diaspora, not just African Americans and Jamaicans, but Ghanaians who live here, Nigerians who live here, all of us who are not home on the soil right now. What are we supposed to be doing?
Not what we should be doing in order to improve Africa, no, but rather what we should be doing to build Africa up. Okay. In fact, situation had made it that we are so spread out, not out of our own will, but situation have made us that way. And as you